Boston Celtics. And so, the Celtics with their 14th flag, we will be presenting the trophy joining.
Final score, Boston 111 and Los Angeles 102. 15 world titles. Another banner will be hung from the rafters at Boston Garden.
This had been the tradition of the Boston Celtics, but as of 2007, they had fallen far from their former glory.
We lost 18 straight that year, so I feel like something's got to shake up and change.
It was just like in a dream that never ended, that you couldn't get out of, and we kept losing. It was just like every dream ended with a loss.
Just a heartbreaking loss for this club, Tom.
Well, get used to it.
The Celtics ended their season at 24-58, good for the second worst record in franchise history. In the summer of 2007, general manager Danny Ainge constructed two trades that would not only change the fortunes of the Celtics, but would completely alter the landscape of the entire league for the foreseeable future. The Celtics traded two bench players and their number 5 overall pick in the 2007 NBA draft to Seattle in exchange for Ray Allen and Glenn Davis. This trade not only added an all-star to the roster, but it also opened up the door for another trade to come into reality.
The most versatile player in the game.
Is there anything he can't do?
He is the best player on the planet, period.
Kevin Garnett was not only an all-star, but an MVP. He would complete the Celtics' quest to find 3 all-stars to lead them to Banner 17.
We got Ray in the trade. I knew we was taking steps to becoming the better teams in all of basketball.
Hey, let me get on your back.
Hey, I'm gonna get on your back many nights this year. Many nights.
And ditto.
Yeah.
Opening night was soon upon us, and the result of this game would set a trend for the rest of the season. A Celtics win by over 20 points. The Wizards couldn't handle the new Big Three. In the very next game, there would prove to be another mainstay in the Celtics season. A huge shot by Ray Allen to lift the Celtics over the rafters.
Looking, gets it in. Ray Allen for the game. Knocks it down. 2.6. Quickly into Parker. Parker from half court for the tie. Boston in overtime beats Toronto, and Ray Allen buries a 3 from the corner.
This conference has gotten a lot better over the summertime, and I think everybody's ready to play this year. The Eastern Conference has gotten a lot better, so we got to bring it every night.
The Celtics would remain dominant through the regular season, netting a 66-16 record, good for the greatest single-season turnaround in NBA history. The number 1 seed was secured, and the Celtics moved on to the playoffs, riding high off a sweep of the Texas Triangle, which included a blowout of the Rockets, who were currently on a 22-game win streak going into the game. The first-round series against the 8-seed Hawks surprisingly went 7 games, where the home team was the victor in every matchup.
They pushed us to the limit. That was our first real test all season.
You can't not show up. You can't be overconfident. You can't think you have somebody.
The second round brought a matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James, and just like in the last series, the Celtics emerged victorious from the first 2 games.
LeBron is what makes them go, and if we can somehow control him, we control their team. And with the help of the guys around me, we've been able to do that.
But the Cavs also won both their games at home.
LeBron James with no regard for human life.
Games 5 and 6 left the series tied at 3, setting up an epic Game 7 of Pierce versus LeBron.
That Game 7 was amazing, man. That's one of the best games I've ever been to.
My whole mindset that day was like, my season is not going to end today.
That was one of the great games in the history of NBA basketball.
It was one of the greatest basketball games I think ever played, that Game 7.
No way that we can go home in the second round, but I refuse to let my team lose that day.
One of the best games I ever seen Paul play, hands down.
I just wanted to put them all on my shoulders and, like, carry us, because I knew that when you got a great player like LeBron, anything can happen in the Game 7. You know, he could be special, and he was, but unfortunately for him, I was able to be special that day, too.
KG came in the huddle. Never heard KG say this, ever. Came in the huddle, said, Truth, I don't have it tonight. Truth, I don't have it. You're going to have to do it. P looked at him and was like, I got you, big fella.
On the second tip, Pierce comes up with it and calls timeout. He gets the timeout. Paul Pierce making every big play for the Celtics today.
And he just willed his team to victory. This is the breakout game I know he's been waiting for, and he definitely came through for him.
Tonight was basically get the ball to Paul Pierce, get the hell out the way. You kind of expected the game to be like this. Like Kevin said, two heavyweights going at it, throwing body blows.
The conference finals against the Pistons represented the passing of the torch from one generation to the next, as the Celtics took care of them in 6 games. Finally, they were able to win a game on the road for the first time in these playoffs, closing out the series and entering into the finals, where they would meet the Lakers.
Thought like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Let's go, baby. We're in the finals.
Dating back to 1959, the Celtics and Lakers had met 10 times in the finals. For decades, the rivalry was massively one-sided. Boston owned the Lakers, beating them 8 straight times for titles. In 1985, Los Angeles finally broke through. They followed that up with another win in 1987. More than 2 decades later, the league's reigning MVP squared off against 3 stars, hungry for their first title.
In Game 1, the Celtics had a major scare that their fight to the finals was for nothing.
Pierce just goes down. He's just crumpled. Oh, the baseline. And I'm watching it, and I'm just thinking, this is bad.
He ain't hurt. He gonna get up.
Scary moment for everybody.
I started looking at him like, he might be hurt.
I kind of landed a little awkwardly, like my knee just kind of jerked, and it just felt weird.
It was like, damn. He got all the way here.
Then we see him in a wheelchair. Oh, boy, now he's in a wheelchair.
He has a season-ending injury. He's done.
I could put weight on it, but when I move it to the inside, it's a little sore. So I just said, give me something to stabilize it. Give me a knee brace. It was just like so much happening real quick in the back. Got the knee brace, put my weight on it. I was like, all right, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought. As long as I could put weight on it, I'm good. Crowd was like, whoa. Everybody thought I was done for the series. I was like, all right, I'm back.
He knew right then when he came back, he was about to put on a show.
The crowd rejuvenated me. I came out and knocked down the first 3. I was like, all right, I'm good to go. Then I hit another 3. I'm like, yeah, this is it right now.
Rondo throws out the Pierce. How about another one? Got it!
Fans, they got nothing on us because we're taking over. We're going back to Boston. 3-2. 3-2. It's over. It's over.
Lakers fans, I've declared, are the fakest fans on the planet.
It's LA. It's not Boston.
The Lakers took Game 3 as Kobe went for 36 and Pierce only scored 6. If the Celtics were to win Game 4, it would take the largest comeback in finals history, as they were down as many as 24 points.
Eddie House, quick jump shot. It's good. And the Celtics have their first lead of the game with 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Allen on the drive, gets to the basket, lefty layup, banks it in. And it's a 5-point game with 16.4 remaining.
And the Boston Celtics have risen from the ashes of a 24-point deficit.
That's how you do it.
The Lakers would go on to win Game 5 after Kobe stole the ball from Paul Pierce and dunked it within the last minute of the game.
Rondo races down the right side, scores off the window. He is bumped to the floor, and the Celtics have a 26-point lead. The game's original monarchy has regained the throne. The Celtics swarm the floor. It is the end of a 22-year odyssey. It is the very definition of full circle. It is banner 17. Anything's possible!